Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Spider-Gwen issue 8. And before I start talking about Spider-Gwen, I just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 145, and that's annotated. Trying a new thing, gonna put all the comics in the description, so all the exclusive comics. Because for that show, I do review every comic book I read this week, so go check that out. But let's start talking about Spider-Gwen issue 8, and I just had something fly into my eye. But yeah, this is a classic cover. We've seen this many times with Spider-Man, but now we're seeing it with Gwen. Why does she want to quit being Spider-Gwen or Spider-Woman? We'll see that in this issue. Now, this is also part 5 of the Spider-Woman crossover, and like I've been saying, I really think the crossover keeps improving with every issue. Really did not like Alpha, but with every issue kept improving and getting me more interested in the crossover because I really enjoy these three characters, Jessica, Cindy, and Gwen. So it's something I was really looking forward to, seeing them all team up, and it's finally getting to that point. It's like, yes, this is where I want the crossover to be. But let's start talking about the artwork. Now, Miguel is still on art for this book, and I really like Miguel's art style. Now, the one problem I do have with art, though, is the coloring. It seems like it's the same color as the normal Spider-Gwen book, but I feel like that style of coloring really fits Rodriguez's art style a little bit more than Miguel's. I think Miguel, I really like the brighter art style, kind of like we saw with his, the first chapter of Adventures of Supergirl, if you guys read that. So I would have liked a little bit more brighter colors with this style of artwork compared to what we get to see with Rodriguez's artwork. But let's start talking about the story here. Here we actually get to see Jessica Drew is not really in this issue. It's more Cindy and Gwen. And Cindy's first instinct is to go to her job, go to the fact channel, and try to open up this drive. She thinks this is the place to open it up because the fact channel has a lot of resources. She comes in, it's an empty office pretty much because it's late, but she does see J. Jonah Jameson in his office, just kind of really upset. He's very upset at what he's seeing, and he's seeing that Silk, a hero that he trusted, which is totally different from, obviously, Spider-Man, is doing the wrong thing. And then Cindy's like, yeah, I've done the wrong thing, but that's not me. This is someone else, and this is my Earth 65 version. Why is she doing this? So Gwen and Cindy try to hunt the Earth 65 version of Cindy, and you get to see her there. And we learn that her mission was really about Gwen, and you're surprised because you think Cindy would be fighting each other, but we learn the actual secret origins of Gwen, that Cindy of Earth 65 is the one who really pushed her destiny to become a Spider-Woman. She was a guinea pig this whole time. So we get the secret origins of Cindy 65, but also, like I said, the secret origins of Gwen, which I just did not expect. And then, some weirdness happens with the pin particles being put into the story and Cindy becoming really small. Didn't really get that much. But also Cindy 65 saying, well, I gave you powers, Gwen, and I can take them away. So it looks like maybe Gwen will be powerless. Now, what's interesting about this, in the beginning of the story, it's Gwen questioning her luck. Which, that goes into her luck of Cindy 65 being the person to give her powers, being there in the right time, analyzing that side of the luck, but really her luck of having a pretty good life, her friends and family all still being alive even though she's Spider-Woman, but then looking around and seeing, well, look at Jessica, she's had so many clones in her life and so many different versions of her evil. And then you have Cindy, who was stuck in a bunker for 10 years. Bad things happen to them, and obviously bad things happen to Peter. So Gwen's like, if I continue being Spider-Woman, wouldn't that happen to me one of these days? Is one of my friends going to die? Will my father, be alive in the end? So it's her questioning throughout, and now she doesn't really have a decision to make because she gets her powers taken away. Now it's going to be that reaction. Do I stay Spider-Gwen or do I not? Even without my powers, how do I get my powers back? Now this arc has actually been played obviously a lot of times, and a similar arc was played in And Spider-Girl, actually, Mayday Parker series, there's like a 5 to 10 issue, or I would say more 5-issue arc where she lost her powers and had to decide, will I be Spider-Girl, will I not? And I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing with Gwen. She's has to figure out a way to get her powers back, but I think she's going to still want to be Spider-Gwen or Spider-Woman, even without her abilities. But that's going to be the big arc, I guess, in the crossover and maybe even post-Spider-Woman crossover. But another part I really liked about this issue, and I guess the Silk series in general, I know this is Spider-Gwen, but is J. Jonah Jameson. One of the things that really hooked me to Silk was how he treats Cindy as this protege, as him being her mentor, and then even seeing his reaction to Silk, and it makes me say, oh my God, Cindy, just tell him that you're Silk. And I do wonder what direction that story is going to go, especially because the next issue is I was going to say is a Silk issue, but it doesn't look like it. They marked off the Silk issue over here, but Silk didn't come out yet. So it is the Silk issue. I think they made a little misprint here, because next week is Silk. So they made a little misprint in the end there. But yes, the next issue is the Silk issue, where maybe we will get to see a little bit more of the J. Jonah Jameson thing, and also obviously Cindy 65. So like I said, only thing that really took me out of it was the coloring is, I don't know if it really fit the artwork. Also, I guess if you wanted Jessica Drew, she wasn't really in this issue. And the ending with the whole pimp particles thing got me a little confused, but it did make for an interesting story with Cindy and Gwen's dynamic. So Spider-Gwen issue 8 gets 4 stars. I thought it was a really solid book, and like I said, I think the crossover is really improving with every issue, and I'm excited to see what Silk brings this coming week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter, and don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.